The following is a production of The Reporter, Delaware County's leading news source.
Good day to everyone. It's the 20th, and today is the first day of summer. What that really means, they could have made it yesterday because it certainly felt like summer, but we'll get to that in a minute. But it's actually the longest daylight day of the year, which actually means it starts getting shorter come tomorrow. Of course, we won't really notice that until sometime in the middle of July somewhere when you say, oh, it's not quite as light. But you know what? Happens every year. The day it doesn't, we're in trouble. So anyway, how can I summarize the last couple of days? How about miserable? I felt so sorry yesterday for everything outside, including me. Every time I went out, I bathed the pigs in showers. I made sure the water wasn't lukewarm or hot, which it was for all their drinking water, and had to change it several times a day. It was just awful. We ended up getting 90 degrees at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but the dew point was 72. So that 90 made it feel like 100. And I don't mind the humidity when the temperature's low. I don't mind warm weather with no humidity. You put the two of them together, and breathing in yesterday felt like you were breathing in liquid. It was terrible out there. I even went to my brother and borrowed 2 more fans to keep the chickens from roasting in the chicken pan. It was terrible. Today, unfortunately, if you can look behind me, you're going to see fog. That already tells you what the humidity already is. That sun's going to come up and evaporate the dew on the ground to make it even worse. And even though it may not get to 90, you're going to step outside and say, this feels like yesterday, because that's what it's going to do. The only thing is, we're now having a good chance, finally, of maybe getting some rain. Some of the places got heavy rain, believe it or not, yesterday. In fact, a couple places were put under flood watch because of the amount of rain. And that's going to be the big thing. If we get it, it's going to be a downpour. Even at this point, I'll take that, which is better than what we've had, because basically we haven't had a substantial rainfall here in about 2 weeks. Things are looking. You can find where every rock is in my field, on my lawn, every place else, because the ground is dry on top. Underneath, not so bad, but we could use a good wetting. So I think we're going to get it today, and if not today, we might get it tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a little bit cooler, thank goodness. It'll be only in the low 80s. We're going to have a decent weekend, but believe it or not, we're going to look into next week and go all the way back up to 86 and 87. It's just going to be one of those. A long time ago, the Weather Service said it was going to be a hot summer. I certainly hope they're wrong. I'm very happy to the people that invented air conditioning. That's all I can tell you. And I'm sure the animals will probably stand out in the rain and say, oh, good. I can at least get wet. Be careful of yourselves. Be careful of your animals. Be careful of your pets. And if you're doing anything outdoors, take breaks and drink lots of water. Because if you don't, you could suffer heat-related illnesses, and we don't need anybody having that. So we can't do anything about it but deal with it. Deal with it light. Wear light-colored clothing. Take breaks. And do the best you can to stay cool. And I'll talk to you again next week.
To subscribe or advertise, call 607-464-4009.